for certain, he is not an honorary member of the Dope Kings.
I mean, Acid Jazz has been in some very formidable tag team and families before.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that he's not worthy, but he's been on a downslide lately, and he's irritated everybody,
he's
irritated me, that's for sure. And this is not helping his
he
cause.
Irritated me, telling me I smell. I don't smell. I bathe. 2 to 3 times a day. So, yeah, of course, I'm going to have some ill will towards him. Ring it? All right.
Well, Kevin Woods is in charge. He says ring the bell. Why not make tag team matches?
Well, he did win 5 Futures Division Battle Royale.
Shut up, Stan Payne.
I'm just stating the facts, man. Some kid just... I thought some kid was trying to steal the belt.
So now it's the Dope Kings featuring A Jizzle. That's Acid Jazz.
Who?
Hot Chocolate.
A Jizzle?
That's a nickname.
That's a nickname?
It is.
Faux Shizzle?
A Jizzle.
Oh.
Use Google. And right now, it's Esparza
I'm not going to use
locking up with Shane Boucher.
Esparza's got him in an arm lock. Twisting those tendons in that arm, and Boucher reversed it.
Listen, let me just give you my opinion of this ridiculous scenario that's happening, okay?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I mean, the Dope Kings going against these 3 men 2-on-3 would have been interesting enough. But now you've got Jazz, who really is out for himself.
Yeah,
I don't like these chances.
Even the people didn't even like those chances, because when he came out and suggested this idea, they were all against it.
I mean, Boucher, Marston, and Tupu are here to make a name for themselves.
And they're a formidable threesome.
Listen, they are on the up and come. They're on the upswing. They're not up and coming. They're here and now.
Yeah. Big splash.
Right now, the Dope Kings doing what the Dope Kings do best, cutting the ring in half and being opportunistic.
Well, that's why they're the tag team champions.
I'm not so sure they're even going to, at any point, tag Jazz in.
Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Do they need to? Maybe if they need to. But they're already distrusting.
Look at CJ Esparza fly, even when he's low.
Did he just tag himself in by tagging, what, like Brubaker?
Talk about messing up the chemistry.
Yeah.
When Jazz is good, Jazz is very, very good. But when Jazz is confused, shall we say, not so good. Right now, Jazz is focused and delivering punishment.
Former tag team champions twice. Former Metro Division champion, former CSW champion. And
Jazz,
just like Brubaker.
Jazz giving the people what they want, and Jazz seems very focused tonight. He's been so obsessed with Marche lately that it has made him bitter and twisted inside.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like he can't let
And right now, Tupu is looking for lunch and found it.
He found it. Extra mayo would be nice, please. Ketchup, mustard, pickle.
Yeah, I got it. You're a condiment guy. Hilarious.
Well, I wasn't meaning to be hilarious. I was saying if you're going to have lunch, have it the right way.
Solomon Tupu is a force of freaking nature. Down goes Jazz. That was close. Notice that there is no synergy between the Dope Kings and Acid Jazz.
None whatsoever.
And the
Jazz
cooperation and fluidity of this other team, second to none.
Now let me ask you something.
This has got train wreck written all over it.
Was this a smart move on Jazz's part, looking at the predicament he's in right now?
Not a smart move on Jazz's part.
Nope.
Not a smart move on the Dope Kings' part. Although I don't think the Dope Kings had much of a choice. Certainly the general manager didn't have a choice.
Oh, I'm sure you're on Monday morning you're
Shut
going
up,
to look
Stan
into
Payne.
it. Yeah, see? I'm sure you're going to look into this. I mean, I would hope you would. Levy some fine suspension.
Jay Marston got all of that fist upside Jazz's head.
Maybe call their mothers. Scold them. Jazz, you're in trouble, bro. You're in big trouble. And you mouthed off and you got yourself into a
Acid
predicament.
Jazz needs a tag in the worst possible way.
Yeah, he does. He asked for this. He tagged himself in. What was the thinking
Right now,
process
the
of this young
Huntsman
man?
is on fire, and he is lighting. Oh, Jazz with a little desperation, perhaps.
What was his motive? I mean, what?
He's obsessed with Marche. Marche was supposed to be in this match. Marche's not here. Jazz said, "Why not me?" It's a pathological
And
behavior.
Look where his obsession has gotten him.
Look how incredibly
But you're right. You know
These-
what? This is what obsessions do.
they make you crazy.
They make you crazy and do stupid things. Yeah.
Meanwhile,
so this is a good lesson. You're right.
Boucher, Marston, and Tupu, like a well-oiled machine.
Oh, very well-oiled.
A scary one.
Oh, very scary. Absolutely.
They have
Without question.
They have completely isolated Jazz.
And then this big powerhouse comes in from the Pacific Islands. And you know those people can't be beat. You know his Uncle Haku is watching right now the live stream, and he's watching on YouTube.
The Dragon of the Pacific has earned that title. Oh, boy. Did you see his head bounce off that turnbuckle?
I
My
most
God.
certainly did, yeah.
That is how
Yeah.
concussions happen, people.
Let this be a lesson to you young people. Do not stick your fingers in the cracks of a door because they just might get shut, just like the door is getting shut on the fingers, figuratively speaking,
And you could
of
see,
Acid Jazz.
you could see the utter disrespect and contempt that Boucher and Marston have for the Dope Kings. They, in their promo, very derogatory about our champions.
But you know
They
what?
want what they have.
Yes, they do, as many teams do. But if you notice, the Dope Kings are they're getting their well-deserved and well-needed rest. They're going to be very well rested if they make it back in the ring. If Jazz doesn't get annihilated beforehand.
Jazz has gotten annihilated.
Oh, he made the tag. He tagged one of them. Oh, he had to make it again because the ref must not have seen the first time, or I may have misjudged.
And now
from my
Brubaker
vantage
joins the
point.
party.
Yes, Brubaker, one of the longest reigning CSW champions in history.
You don't want to mess with the Filth King.
No. A total of 1,129 days as heavyweight champion of the CSW.
CJ Esparza jumped too far, got caught by both Boucher and Tupu, and then gets rolled up by Marston.
And
These guys are relentless.
Yeah, and this two-time CSW Metro Division champion, CJ Esparza, is getting the oxygen cut off, the carotid artery getting cut off.
CJ
Is there a
Esparza,
rattlesnake in this house?
There is a rattlesnake.
like
Esparza
a
tried to
rattlesnake.
fight his way out, but to no avail. Marston a little bit smarter and a little bit quicker, keeping him cut off from his partners.
Which is what they were doing with Jazz. They're really good at that. And that's a very important part of tag team wrestling.
I see that Brubaker has taken the lid off the Umaga pot.
That reference went right over my head.
I don't believe that Tupu needs to be compared to anybody. He's his own monster, his own force of nature.
The only person I could possibly compare him to is his uncle, again, Haku.
Esparza with a tag, but which one did he get? And
Now they're fighting.
as you would expect, things are breaking down, and this is not going to end well for, oh boy.
And Jazz got popped. Clotheslines, a series of them, by Brubaker with swift kicks as well. Throws them towards the ropes.
Nick Brubaker is a
Enziguri.
virtuoso of violence. When he gets on a roll, there are few people better than him in this sport.
Very few. Flying forearm right into the corner. He's just flying around that ring.
That was only two. That was as close to three as you could
Man.
humanly get without time travel. My God. Brubaker almost opened up the multiverse.
Brubaker told Jazz he doesn't trust him.
And that took way too much time, and that's all the time Tupu needed, and that headbutt rocked the Filth King.
Tupu throws CJ
Tupu is
Esparza
incensed.
across the ring. They're in trouble. The champs are in trouble.
Wow! That might be all she wrote. My good God!
He kicks out.
How did CJ Esparza kick out of that?
This is an incredible athlete, man.
That was a 2-foot stomp
This is
off
one
the
of the-
top rope.
One of the toughest men in the universe.
Sweet Jesus.
The aerial assault of CJ Esparza is really throwing that formidable threesome off. Solomon Tupu is caught in a precarious position, draped over the middle rope. CJ goes to tag Acid Jazz, and
Acid Jazz flips him off.
Yeah. Oh, CJ, pay attention. Pay attention.
This is
Forget
what
about
happens
Jazz.
when
Yep.
Acid Jazz runs amok.
Yes. And Tupu is ready for CJ Esparza, and Esparza does not know. Now he knows. And it may be too late.
Acid Jazz does
being
exactly what you'd expect him to do.
CJ's
and
being
now this trio.
Yeah, they're triple teaming him.
Frog splash! My God, did you see that elevation?
That's
2.
Esparza's own move.
That's it.
My goodness. What have we just seen?
You can pin that loss all over Acid Jazz.
This is the first time we've seen the Dope Kings lose a match.
Well,
It's
did
not
the
a tag team
Dope
match.
Kings lose it, or did Acid Jazz cost them the
He
match?
cost them the match, but in the record books,
Asian Kid Shane Boucher and Solomon Tupu.
Ladies and gentlemen, take a good look at those three in that ring.
you know, this
That
isn't
is
right.
scary, is what that is.
Well, it's unsettling to be sure.
And they are, and like I said, Boucher and Marston have no love for the Dope Kings, and they are delivering a receipt.
Unbelievable. But
I don't like the way this is going at all.
But like you said, this is what happens when Acid Jazz gets involved.
Those
The
are
way
not
he's
your
been
belts,
lately.
guys.
Are these guys going to try to steal the belts too? What's next? Well,
That seems to be a very common theme this evening.
yeah, well, as soon as you get your head together, you've been drinking some with Mulligan and Marco Anthony. Maybe that's why things are a little bit out of your control.
Are
but
we seeing a glimpse of the future? Did he open up the multiverse? Is this what the landscape is going to look like?
Perhaps. Perhaps.
All I know is something wicked this way comes.
That sounded like a lyric. Then a bad one. Like a good lyric, but a bad foreboding omen. Ominous one.
Marston,
Like an omen.
Boucher, Tupu. Good God, what has happened? What have we done?
Well, we've seen the tag team
And
champions
what,
demoralized.
and what is next?
Unbelievable.
Stan Payne,
CSW, March 18th.
remember this moment.
I'll never forget it. I will never forget it. Very unsettling.
For the first time and one of the few times the Dope Kings,
They're frazzled. And they don't look jovial like
they are
usually
not
do.
happy right now.
No. Usually they're happy, they're jovial. There's people disgusted. Look at them, they're walking away. The audience is just angry.
I will assure you, I will have a conversation with Acid Jazz. This has got to stop.
But will you have it Monday morning at the CSW offices?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
You better not miss. Because we're coming back. We're going to get you.
My word.
Fucking
Oh, my word. Look at what we're seeing here.